Howdy folks, welcome to Katie Phillips Scrapbook Designs. I'm Katie and today we're going to be working on page 6 in the Reach for the Stars mini album. For this album we're using the Theater of Stars paper pad by Recollections. This is probably going to be the last page in this album because it's starting to get a little bit chunky and I want to make sure that there's plenty of room for photographs. For this album we're going to have a pocket, and on top of that pocket we're going to have a waterfall, and inside the pocket we're going to have a couple of inserts and a folio. So we need to add the base page matte into pocket. The pocket won't be matted because the waterfall will be sitting directly on top of the pocket. So let's start gluing and scoring this is the folio. We're going to set that aside for a sec. The pocket's dimensions are 4 3/4 by 8 1/2. We're going to score the 4 3/4 inch side at 4 1/4. The 8 1/2 inch side we're going to score at 1/2 inch, fold that under, and then score at 7 1/2 inches. The mat for the base page is 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. And I don't know what I was thinking when I added the double-sided tape on this, because we're not going to be wrapping this around a base mat. Or, you know what? We can. We totally can. Let me cut a mat for this. That mat is going to be 4 1/4 by 7 1/2 inches. I'm probably going to cut that down by 1/8 of an inch, so 4 1/4 by 7 3/8. Alright, I went ahead and inked the two long edges because I wasn't sure which one is going to end up showing, just barely showing. So I've got this mat right up against the score line here. Yeah, pretty much centered between the score line at the top and the score line at the bottom. And the reason that I'm doing this is because by wrapping these tabs around the mat, there will be nothing for the inserts to catch on as they're sliding in and out. And we can just glue this down in the center, which is what I'm going to do. If you want, you could go over this lip, this edge, the open edge of the mat with double-sided tape. That would help make sure that you've got adhesion right there at the edge and help prevent the inserts from catching on the mat as they slide in and out. I don't expect that's going to be a problem, so I'm not too worried about it. So these are the mats. These are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, and I've cut smaller mats for those at 4 1/8 by 6 1/8. So there will be just enough pattern paper visible around the edge of a 4 by 6 photograph if you want to do that. And I've inked the edges of all those. We're going to set that aside for a sec and work on the waterfall pieces. We have 3 waterfall pieces. They are 4 1/4 by 6 3/4, and we're going to score the 6 3/4 inch side at 6 1/4 inches. And then we're going to ink all the edges. I wonder if I should have inked the pocket. Let me go ahead and just real quick. I'm not sure how much of it is going to be visible just because the width of the pocket is the exact width of the waterfall. Of course, I just realized that at the bottom there will be some visibility at the bottom. Do I want to mat that? I think we'll mat that later. And I'm sorry if you can hear humming in the background. I got a air purifier, which I'm really excited about because my house is a high allergen house. We have several pets, and we have a smoker who lives here, not me, but a smoker. And I'm hoping to eventually sell albums on Etsy. So I've got an air purifier going. We're going to let it go for probably a couple of months, a couple of hours every day, and see if we can eliminate allergens and other unpleasant odors. You may have noticed that on one side I did not ink around this tab. That's the front side. This is actually going to be glued facing down, so that won't be visible. I did go around on the back because when you flip the waterfall up, this will most likely be visible. So the mats are 4 1/8 by 6 1/8. So I'm going to start gluing those down. I'm going to go ahead and cut a mat for this. The mat's going to be 4 by 7 1/4. And before I glue that down, I want to add a ribbon closure. And which one do I want to add? I think I want to add this one. When I assemble a waterfall, I usually start from the top. Some people start from the bottom. There's no necessarily right way or wrong way, or right place to start or wrong place to start. I'm gonna line this waterfall up with the top of the mat. Actually, I'm gonna go to the top of the pocket, and I'm gonna use the left side of the pocket or the right side of the pocket here to judge the side to side alignment. We're gonna add piece number 2, and I'm going to start by lining it up with the bottom of the previous waterfall page's tab. I'm lining it up with the right side, and then make adjustments as I need to. Mats, I think I'm going to use double-sided tape. These mats are 4 1/8 by 6 1/8, and the cardstock that they're going on top of is 5 1/4 by 6 1/4. And I've already inked all the edges of the mats and, well, the mats and the mats. Okay, I'm going to do that for these other 2 mats. I'll be right back. So the folio is 8 1/2 by 6 1/4. We're going to score the 8 1/2 inch side at 4 1/4, and that's going to give us a 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 folio. And now we're going to ink all the edges inside and out, as well as the score line inside and out. The mat for the folio is 4 1/8 by 6 1/8. You could do double-sided tape. I'm just going to do Aleene's because it's a little bit quicker. Folio is done. And we'll slide it right in our little pocket there. And now we are done with page number 6. And I think this might be the last page in this album. It's starting to get a little bit chunky. So the next video might be adding the pages in and doing some embellishing on the pages. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more mini album related videos. I release new videos every Friday and Tuesday. If you have any questions, leave me a comment in the comment section down below, and I will leave links to all the materials in the description box. Bye!